Today I'm coming to you with Mary in the Game, Season 2, Episode 5. This episode was basically about them starting over, starting fresh. So it started with Game at church. He was at Bishop Noel Jones, City of Refugees, church. Bishop Noel Jones is an awesome preacher. He's going to be on the Preachers of LA on the Oxygen channel coming up. So yeah, he's a really cool, he kind of scares me with his preaching because I think, sometimes he be talking straight to me. But he's a cool pastor. After the service, Game wants to talk to him, about his relationship. He needs to get some, kind of guidance with his relationship. So he was telling him about him and Tiffany. And the bishop is basically like, you guys need to you guys need to compromise and not try to be compatible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys need to work together. Find a common ground. Not just be together because y'all like some of the same things. You do the same things. You know what I'm saying? So he gave him really good advice. He also told him he needs to commit to the relationship like he commits to his music. And Game is like, okay, he got some insight from him. He got a better understanding. So he was cool with that. He know what he needs to do in the relationship. He also tells them they need to find some time to, make for just them two. They also need to see which each other brings to the table. They basically need to get to know each other, which I don't understand why y'all haven't got to know each other, but I think they know who each other is. They just trying to figure out how can they make it work. Because both of them know who the other person is. They just trying to make it work. So then after that, they pray about, the situation at the end. So that was cool. Tiffany and her friends, they get together for breakfast. It's called Breakfast at Tiffany's, but they're at a restaurant. I don't understand. But yeah, they also basically wants to, get together, have breakfast, talk about what's going on in each other's lives. One of them had a house. One of them, I forgot what the other girl did, but I know one of them had just became a homeowner. Tiffany's telling them basically what happened in Houston, that she went to Houston and what happened. One of her friends was saying, so what now? And she's basically like, we just need a fresh start. I don't know if she talked to Game about moving to Houston, but she just basically said they need a fresh start and it just start from the beginning or whatever. So then Tiffany and the Game, they take the kids to the beach. They're having a really nice time. Kelly asked Game to help her make a sand castle or whatever, So he said, yes, Tiffany is basically like, well, how you going to build this castle? And I'm sitting there like, Tiffany, really? Like, y'all having a nice time. Why make this conversation about, make it bigger than what it is? But she's basically telling him that he needs to get a blueprint and get a foundation and all this kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. And he looking at her like, really? But he said he understand what she was saying and all that stuff. So I guess. Then she asks him about the ring. So he tells her about it's in the safe, and he tell her how he went to the bishop. She like, you went to church? So I'm sitting there like, was this just for show Game? Like, she's shocked that you went to church. But she says that she was telling him to talk to the bishop for a year. So I'm like, has it been a year since you've been in church? I don't know. But don't be acting like when you get in there, you sanctified, holy, you praising your hand. I don't know. But I guess, you finally do go to church and you feel like you could just release everything. So that was cool. He asked her out on a date. He tell her he want to take her to all the first places they went to when they first had their date. She say cool to that. After that, Game and his assistant Lolo, they go and they talking about the date, so they trying to figure out what can he do for the date. She's basically telling him you need candy, flowers, all this kind of stuff, and he's like, what, that's corny, but he goes along with it. They go to the flower shop, and I do agree, them flowers that had the mixed flowers did look like somebody granny ass house. And he was asking her like, what do you guys get out of smelling flowers? And she was like, just the freshness of the flowers. And y'all don't understand, like, flowers smell so good, it brings so much light to your house. So yeah. And Game, you need to keep doing, well, he said he never took her flowers and candy, but hell, maybe y'all in this predicament. But yeah, fellas, what you were doing at the beginning, keep doing it, or it's gonna not work. Like, you can't get comfortable in a relationship and expect the same, some results to be the same. No. If you treat her different, she's gonna act different. If you're not showing her, that you love her, not just by saying I love you, but show her, buy her a card every now and then. Say, hey babe, you look pretty now and then allow to go farther. But you're not being romantic. I don't understand. Well, that's the game, and he wasn't raised like that, I guess. So, but he bought the flowers and candy, so that was cool. Tiffany and Game, they date night. She's getting ready. She's kind of nervous because, she just feel like, oh my God, like she getting butterflies from the first date. And she's excited. So you can tell that they don't have this often, because she wouldn't be that nervous to go on a date. And my thing is, y'all got 2 kids. Fellas, don't wait. Like, don't say, oh, I got her, so I don't have to do anything to keep her. No. You need to keep the dates going. You need to keep the flowers going. You need to keep the candy going. You need to keep the I love yous going. Oh, you're so pretty. The same way when you was trying to hit, that's what you keep doing to a woman to keep hitting. I'm just saying, if you're not still doing that, she's not going to want to have anything sexually to do with you. She's not going to try to build this relationship. No, because women want romance. Regardless of how men feel, women want romance. I'm just saying, like, romance goes a long way with a woman. So, fellas, if you want it, just take heed to what I'm saying. So they arrive at the restaurant. They basically talking about, being there the first time, and he's basically like, why he brought her there. He was telling her how he had a gun on him the first time and how he had changed and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I can see you having a piece on you back then. Tiffany is, he was telling her, like, you can't build a bear. You can't make a person who you want it to be. Like, when you going to realize who I am? Accept me for who I am. So then he was giving her a scenario about how him teaching Justin how to ride a bike. And like, you just want to be, once you teach me, then let me do. So she, kind of got what he said. And, she looked like she was hurt by what he was saying. But she had to understand, like, he's telling her what he wants and what he expects and all this kind of stuff. So I think she kind of got it. She was basically like, well, okay, well, I'm going to let you just ride your bike. I'm going to let you free. She just the type of person, like she said, she's a teacher. So she builds people. And that's what, and she can't build Game. Game is already built to who he's going to be. So now she's just going to have to accept it, work it out, figure it out, all that stuff. But they basically they was cool with this date. Like I said, it wasn't too much with this episode, but they just gonna try to figure it out. She's gonna allow him to be who he wants to be this episode. So we'll see how next episode. Hopefully she don't go back to the same Tiffany, but we know she might. I don't know. Anyway, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Keek. This is my review for the Game Season 2, Episode 5. Yeah, tell me what you guys thought about this. Do you think it's gonna work? Like I said before, I can't see it working, but I hope they get what they want out of this. I just hope they do the right thing with the kids. But hey, I just hope they work it out. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Keek. I do everything by the Ghetto View, THA, not THE, except my Instagram is Miss Nika, MIZZNEKA69. Make sure you check out Mike B801 because he also do the game reviews. So check him out. He's really, really good, and he really give it to you. And I like how a man give it to you from their point of view. So yeah, check him out. All right, peace.